It is time for another Sunday Live here with myself, Daryl Ledyard, along with Simon Hogman. How you doing, Simon?
Hey, Daryl. Yes, I'm very well. I'm good. We've obviously been having a little bit of a laughter before just joining because we have a bit of a kind of dangerous situation here, don't we, with your setup? So it may just be me doing the show tonight. If you want
Yeah,
to
the
share where we
battery.
are.
Somehow my charger was plugged in, but it's not charging the battery. So I'm at 11% battery. We've been sitting here talking, not like paying attention to my laptop battery, but we'll see what happens.
We might get 3 or 4 minutes of value out of Daryl before the thing stops, but that's maybe 3 minutes more than normal. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're right. We got a little background change. It looks like we got a lot of VAs working in the background.
I've got my team. I got my team here. I'm down. About over 100 people now in the background, just working away, helping the Empire builds.
You'll see some people walking around the office here on a Sunday, which is really unusual,
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for being here for a Sunday Live. We have some very cool things to talk to you about today. And as usual, we talk about domains, SEO, mass page, lead generation, affiliate marketing, and all of those kinds of things pretty much here on a weekly basis here on your Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. So I thank you for being here and being a part of this conversation that we're having today. And
I've got a few shout outs to do here. I've got some people joining already. So CX3P, good to see you. Let's do this. And our friend Don is with us as well. Obviously got other people watching too. So it's great to see everyone. So if you have any questions whilst we're going through, please ask that. We'll try and make the show as interactive as possible, as well as sharing some things that we're Daryl and I both working on and ideas and stuff about, as I say, mass page, domains, SEO, and anything else you want to talk about. So that's all good. Yeah, we missed everyone last weekend. It was obviously Easter Sunday, so we took a break. So hopefully everyone's got some questions stored up and more things to talk about today.
It was nice to take a little break. How about you? It was nice to actually take a little Sunday and just like you were talking about how you were like using it to kind of retrain yourself in a few things and like play around. And
yes,
I think sometimes we have to get in the sandbox. I think sometimes we have to just take a few days once in a while and just sort of play around, especially with mass page and with SEO, is to kind of see what's working here today. Hi, Colin. Hi,
Colin. Yeah, there's Stephen as well.
Steve. Thank you guys, Don.
I had a bit of a training weekend, kind of what I call a leisure SEO kind of weekend.
Yeah.
So still do lots of stuff, working on computers and experiment with things, but without any kind of client view as well. So like Daryl's gone off now, so that is probably.
I'm back. I just had to turn on my light.
I thought the batteries went there.
I'm up to 12%. We're in good shape.
Oh wow, easy. So yeah, as El Couch, good day, Daryl, Simon, and everyone else. That's great. Olive, howdy Olive, if you're there too, that's great. And then there's Magical Marcel, good to see you, and Angela Frost too. Hello, Angela, good to see you.
I didn't know that the LinkedIn would come through. That's the first time, Angelina, that we've seen a LinkedIn come through. So I know Angelina from the Wisdom app. So
brilliant.
It's nice to see her on here. She'll get to see some of the things we talk about here on this platform as well. So it's really
you've got another side, haven't you, Daryl? That you've not necessarily shared everyone. So this is like one side of you, and they've got the other side as well. Yeah.
Well, I mess around with different apps because of working in radio for as many years as I did. I also work with like the Clubhouse app, as I've talked about here. With Clubhouse, work with the Fireside app, which is out there, and it's called social audio. Basically, it's the new social media kind of moved towards straight into audio, and we have some interesting conversations on there. And so I frequent on the Wisdom app, and I help in that app and its growth a little bit. So it's always fun to be involved in different things, and that's a really cool project that I'm pretty involved in. So
yeah. And I'm actually I'm doing some TikTok coaching, training
Tell
at the
me
moment.
about that. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to share everything just yet, but I will get into it. But yeah, TikTok, just from my point of view, is just super hot as a platform at the moment. It's obviously completely video based, and it's one of the few places from a social media point of view you can still get a lot of organic traffic very quickly. So I'm posting a few videos and practicing a few things out, and I'm getting 500-600 views and some likes and this and that. So I'm still playing around with it. I'm still following a bit of a coaching program and learning about it. It's probably I won't use it to promote this, probably something else, but yeah, watch the space. But I'm learning about it, and I've said before, I don't necessarily like coming on front of video and doing this sort of stuff. I prefer to normally stay in the background. So this is one thing, but TikTok's a whole new level of just putting out these sort of short videos and snippets and trying to be interesting and engaging in a very short period of time. So yeah, watch this space. I might share some more about my TikTok journey soon, but that's a whole thing. And yeah, if you're interested in promoting your business, whilst it has been dancing and other types of adult things being promoted on that for a while now, people are genuinely starting to use it to promote businesses. So I'm seeing people with promoting mortgages and financial services as crypto. There's website design, some SEOs. There's things. So yeah, check out TikTok. It's very hot at the moment if you're into that sort of thing.
You now kids are all tuning out. They're like, okay, time to find a new platform. Uncle Simon's on here.
That is it, isn't it? That is 100% it. Like it's like when Facebook died. Like my kids, like no one's going to go on Facebook.
They just like,
Instagram,
I just heard them talk about
Dad
it
just
on
killed
an SEO
it.
show with some two old dudes.
It's like when Dad starts wearing the same brand of trainers as you. It's like it's over. So Simon talking about TikTok on Sunday Live is the death knell. It's peaked. Get into something else.
Sell.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
Don's saying it's a time suck. So yeah, it's definitely addictive. I think once you follow a few things that you like, you can be watching it for ages. So anyway, watch the space.
Well, it's funny because if you look at Instagram Reels, I don't know if you're familiar with Instagram Reels, but it's the same kind of thing. Is they're all kind of following the same footsteps as Vine and Twitter. When you shorten the content, right? It just makes it all these bite-sized pieces. Like, even YouTube does it with shorts, and everybody is vying for that little 60-second clip.
That's why we're still doing a 60-minute show, Daryl.
Yes, we should make it 60 seconds and be done with it.
Yeah.
So definitely it's really, really cool that you're doing that. And when you figure that out, will you get back to me and let me know how this all works? Because I don't know how to make it happen with TikTok.
Maybe might be too embarrassing. I don't know, but I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So today we're talking about a few different things. So Simon's going to talk a little bit about services pages and city pages and how they kind of work together within a mass page structure. So I think that's going to be a very valuable part of the show. And then, we'll figure out what I'm going to talk about by the time we get there. So
it's always the same way, Daryl. Let's be honest. We'll see what golds we can come up with during the course of the show. That's
while you're talking, I'll figure out the rest of my part.
Well, look, I mean, compared to you, I'm a relative newcomer to mass page building, but I mean, you're like the grandfather of mass page. You like to tell me that anyway, that you've been kind of in this for 20 or more years. So hopefully we talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about. You can provide some perspectives. That would be very helpful.
I will try. Definitely. What I did is I forgot to send out the email before because we were so frantic trying to figure things out. So I'm sending that out while we're talking right now. So we'll get this out to people.
As long as your battery stays on. So look, shall I just put my slides up and then we can have a quick,
Let's do that.
Chat here. Okay, hold on a second. Right,
I'll turn off the brand.
Can you see the slides?
Yes, local mass page structure. Yep.
So this is just a few thoughts, and I guess with there's never one definitely right way to do it because we all take our view on what's the right structure and the right approach, and different people are going to have different strategies, and you may have some thoughts on this as well. But I guess the sort of general question is, what's the best way to structure a local mass page site? And I'm going to use an example that's specifically Magic Page plugin, but obviously you could be talking about Mass Website Builder. You could be talking about other platforms as well. But it's just a few thoughts on structure, and I've written this spider's web here. I like sites that have strong interlinking. I think Google does as well, obviously, and just some thoughts on the best way to interlink those together. So, if we look at, I'm going to show you an example, but if we look at a mass page site using Magic Page plugins, so it's obviously a WordPress site. There's a number of different kind of opportunities you've got for linking. Now, everyone knows this, but I'm just going to say it just for completeness. Obviously, 20 so years ago when Google started, it started as an indexer, an index of pages. It uses technology to crawl different websites. When it found a link to another site, it went there, or another page, and it built up a pattern of sites. So this kind of idea of a crawling or a kind of spider's web is very much part of Google and part of how Google finds different sites. And one of the benefits of having a strong interlinking structure is it makes it easier for Google to find the site and crawl the site, but it also helps Google to understand which are the most important pages because of the links that are pointed to those pages. And obviously, we always want to, I mean, everyone knows this, but we always want to avoid a situation where there are pages that are called orphans or orphaned pages where there's no links going to them. So if you're looking at Magic Page plugin, one of the challenges you've got with mass page building is to make sure that stuff gets found easily and stays indexed. And if you don't have a good linking structure, or things are not linked at all, then the things can easily fall out of the index. So we'll do an example, but I'll just show some of the things that I would be looking at in a typical site. So MPP, the people that make Magic Page plugin, always recommend build a regular site first. So have a regular site. You know, if you're a plumber, electrician, locksmith, photographer, whatever you're doing, build a regular structured site, and then add in the plugin as a locator to build out your location pages, and then we'll target different locations. Now, they also recommend having around about 200 location pages, partly because of the technical restrictions. Because it's a dynamic page, you need to have a lot of RAM to be able to serve the pages dynamically. I understand, although I'm not a techie. And also, you don't want to build too many pages too quickly, because you need to build up some authority and traffic. So Google is seeing these pages as natural for a local site, not something that's got 10,000 pages in an afternoon, which just might look a little bit suspicious. So there's a couple of things. MPP has a very nice auto-linking shortcode, which is cities, but you can also do cities. I think it's -5, can't remember the format, but you can specify the number of cities it shows, or you can show all your cities, or 5, 10, whatever. And that's quite a nice thing to build in page, and I'll show you how I've done that. And then obviously, if you've already built out a regular site, you've got your service pages, and you can then structure the site in a way that it points the link power to certain pages to make them show as more important. So things like using footer links, using links in the navigation menu, and also links on your service pages and location pages, you can point them to each other to, again, focus the links. So I'm going to show an example, but Daryl, do you have any perspectives on this? So I've done my kind of rundown there. Have you got any thoughts on linking structure just at this point, or do you want to come in later on?
Yeah, I think that kind of when it comes to anything, when you deal with mass page, I'm always thinking of how is it that you can build a silo. And for anybody that doesn't know what a silo is, it's like sort of from the home page to get down to, let's say, the smallest city page, you have to go through a few different things to kind of get there from a sitemap perspective. And so what I try to do is break things into a hierarchy of 3 different levels of cities, and I use the power of the city pages it's fundamentally to boost up the pages that are really, really hard to get to rank, which are the bigger, either medium market cities or larger cities, right? And to find a way to leverage those city pages as almost like little mini home pages, to sort of power up those pages that are harder to get to. So a lot of times it's a lot about, how is it that you don't overdo your links to certain pages without sort of making this hierarchy structure. So when I consult corporate clients about mass page, I talk to them about this idea of how is it that you can build a silo inside a Magic Page plugin, or into whatever mass page builder you're using. How do you build up that hierarchy? and use those city pages as sort of your buffer to I wouldn't want to say buffer. It's very transparent what you're doing. But you're leveraging the power that you build up inside the service pages.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to focus on some of those. I mean, you can have 200 location pages, and I think you're absolutely right. You don't want them to be seen equally. There's going to be a number of cities, 4 or 5 cities, 10 cities maybe, that you want to focus on. I mean, obviously from Magic Page plugin, you're typically building something within a X miles radius, so it could be 30 miles, 50 miles or whatever. You're wanting to get to around about 200 locations. You want to set them to a reasonable population size. I normally use 10,000, which I'm in the UK. That's what I think is a good number. But you don't want every village and hamlet and small one, because you're potentially building pages that are not going to get used ever. I mean, some of these pages are definitely going to be low volume, but I don't think you want to have something that in 3 years they've never been visited. So it's definitely good to have a certain number. But 200's MPP recommend 200. I think it's a good number. So let's have a quick look at this site here. Can you still see the screen? Yeah.
Yes. TV drones.
Yes, this is a drone photographer, drone services provider. I work with them as a client. I've helped them build this site. Now, I'm not a website designer, so you're not there to assess the web design, but it just I thought it was a good example to talk about the structure of the pages. So what I've done here is Tamworth is where they're based. It's not a massive city, but it's this is a brand new domain, and we're looking to start off with a central location. So Tamworth is the immediate area. Now there's 4 niches or 4 sort of sub-services that the operator provides: drone photography, aerial photography, roof inspections, and site surveys. And this actual page is actually a magic page. So it's basically, I've just diverted the page to the home page to the central location, and it was just a quick way to get a home page. With a little bit more development, you perhaps could build out a regular homepage that was actually talking about maybe aerial photography in the East Midlands or in England or the UK or something, make it a level up. But this is just to get a start, and this is the homepage here. We've got here, if you're familiar with Magic Page plugin, you'll see it's got the automated cities here. So these are the nearest ones that are to Tamworth. So that's it. And you'll also notice we've got the locations changed at certain headings and in some of the text. And we'll also see that the 4 niches that I said earlier on are linked to from the homepage. Obviously, that's where I want to send some of the power. And these are general aerial photographer, aerial videographer pages, so a general service page. So we'll look at those in a second, but this is very much like if you had a regular website without mass page built in. These are the ones you'd normally see. So if you're a plumber, there'd be, emergency plumbing or locksmiths or whatever you had. So this is kind of standard. There's nothing unusual about this. And there we go. We always like to put a video in if we can. We always like to put a map in, which obviously Magic Page plugin supports. We've got some more links here. And what I like to do, and I'm just going to check the amount of content we've got on this. We've got 1,600 words, so reasonable number for a local page. We've got some articles built in here as well, so a little bit of extra content about how much does it cost in Tamworth. Now, obviously, it's not unique to Tamworth, because on the other page, it's going to say how much does aerial photography cost in Nottingham or Leicester, but it's just a little bit of extra content. This site's only a few months old. It started to index on a small number of, it's indexed, but it's starting to rank on a small number of keywords. This guy, the client's already got some leads in, so he's happy with the progress so far, which obviously I'm happy with. And so this is the home page. Got some social links in there, and here are the service page. That's my dog in the background barking. I'll have to ignore him. So what we'd have normally, a portfolio. This is like a gallery. It's got some images in here. So this should...
I hope the dog in the background doesn't disturb all your workers behind you.
No, they're fine. They've got headphones in. They just keep working. They're pretty good.
Okay.
So this is not an SEO page, just images page. So this could be anything.
So where are those images hosted, by the way? Like, are those cloud? Are those somewhere?
No, these are on my VPS. So that's
okay.
Yeah.
So, interesting. Okay.
Not an image fly yet, but you know, who knows?
Yeah.
So here's a service page. So this one's not location based. This is just a general service page. I have what I've done here. This sort of talks about starting to link to the key location pages. So I'll just finish looking at this. So this is standard stuff, you know, stuff about drones, and I'll just do this one's a little bit more developed. So this is like about roof inspection. So I've done some work on this. So this talks about the areas that they work in. This talks about the specific cities or towns rather that we actually want to rank on. There's a bit of sort of Q&A kind of stuff here. Just scroll in. There you go. So you know, there's content here, and this is a service page, and I've got more links in here to, again, the other service pages, some of the other locations, but these ones here are the ones that I'm really wanting to focus a large number of links on, because these are my kind of cornerstone locations. So if we look at locations now, obviously I've got about 200 locations loaded into this site, but these are the ones I want to rank. So if I put a link in the menu, the nav bar in the menu, that's telling Google and telling people that these are the key pages. So if a client's looking at this, they're going to know very quickly that they service these locations. And then when you get into here, I mean, obviously this is Magic Page, so it's literally just what I've shown you. So just like the home page, you've got this here as well. Obviously, using Magic Page plugins, auto linking, these are all different to the home page and different depending on which location you're on. I do spin these descriptions a bit, so these end up being slightly different, and I spin some of the stuff in the accordions too, but I don't do a lot of spinning, and I think the guys at MPP also don't recommend massive amount of spinning on these Magic pages, and I've found that you can rank them. There's obviously duplicate content here, but provided there's a little bit of variety and you've got the map and everything else, they seem to perform well. So these are getting picked up, and so yeah, so there's your location page. Now I actually done quite a lot of links here. Now this is where my diverge from what you've suggested, Daryl, because I put all of the links to all of the pages and I hide them in the accordion, and that's my approach on the kind of spider's web. So that hides in the bottom, but the links at the top are on the service pages focus on these. So these pages all focus to these 4 services, and these 4 services all focus to the top pages, and that's that kind of
how many total cities? You said about 200.
About 200, yeah.
That's I think doable for sure.
Yeah. I have a reviews page. I use Elf Site to add some reviews, so it's quite nice.
Love that. Yeah.
And that just puts in the reviews.
So glad I got the lifetime deal on Elf Site.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. So I'm kicking myself on that one. That's a great deal. And the nice thing about this is it actually adds in review schema as well. Now it's product reviews, not service reviews, but it seems to be fine. I'm not aware of Google penalizing people yet on it for schema, but it's probably not quite in line with terms and conditions. But it's certainly, when you look at the search results, it encourages you to pop the stars on the SERP. So that's quite a nice feature from having review schema, and it's automated. So we always like automated. I've done a bit of a blog, which I don't always do for. Hold on, my Elf Site's not letting me. There we go. I've done a bit of a blog with a few posts in here. Look, you know, a bit of why should you hire a photographer, aerial photographer, why things save a bit of money, just for a bit of content. A lot of local pages, sites don't have blogs, so you can take it or leave it. There's an about page and a contact. So there's no kind of, you know, there's no kind of rocket science here. There's nothing kind of particularly weird going on. It's just that people often ask how. You know, often you'd not have this location, or these would be built out manually, but this is how obviously things are working in the background. But the key point is I'm linking from these pages to these key pages and back, and there's a lot of automated links in the background below that. But that's my kind of here's how to me a mass page Magic Page plugin could work easily with a site. You might just need to add on that. You've probably got these other things already in place. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that was my run through. I don't know if people got any questions about that, or Daryl, if you've got any thoughts, but that's how I've laid it out here. Yeah.
Yeah. No questions from my end. That's I think, a really good, demonstration of what you can do. I like the idea of the 200 city pages with the 5 services pages back to your like 5 premium locations. I think this will rank quite nicely for those areas, those 5 areas. On your homepage, what are you ranking to or linking to as far as cities go? Is that just based on the most local
I've started it with the most local, yeah. So I've started on here. I mean, obviously, these pages were being built out over time. So I started with Tamworth because that's where the Google Business Profile is based. These are the nearest cities as chosen by a Magic Page plugin, and I've just built it out from there. This is like a brand new domain. We've not really done much link building.
So a little technique that I do is I like to spread out the cities. So I hand code the cities. So let's say I'm covering New York State. I might have like one for Buffalo, one for Albany, one for Syracuse, one for Plattsburgh. So they're all spaced out. And then what happens is then the way the site gets crawled, it'll start to pull in those little towns, and then that'll kind of marinate the juice up to your your services pages, then to your main pages. So I think it's nice to kind of spread out, especially with Magic Page plugin, because it is relevant based on location. So
yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, this is the home page is basically the Magic Page for the central location. I think, as I said earlier on, I think if with a bit more time, you could make this into a East Midlands, which is the area that covers these other cities, and so and probably develop not a Magic Page as the homepage, just have a regular homepage, and then you'd have a bit more flexibility. So you would also have that. You'd also cover the different locations just with a bit more of a spread. So yeah, I think that would be a good thing to look at.
Okay. So Jorge says, "What's up?"
What's up, Jorge? Yeah, good to see you. How you doing?
JC Fernandez says, "How's the site ranking at the moment? Is that a brand new site?"
Yeah, so this is like 3 months old. I mean, it's 10 keywords. It's small at the moment, but I know that the client has had leads through, and he's pleased with the way it's going. So, as I said, we've done 2 blogs, a Magic Page plugin. We've not done any citations apart from Google Business and maybe Yell, and we've not done any backlink building over and above some intently links from a directory. So that's where we are at the moment. We're on a budget, so this is what we've got. But yeah, I mean, it's getting picked up, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. But early days, it's a few months off a brand new domain with a business that doesn't have a location, So
yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. I don't see any other comments that have come in from that conversation. There are some good nuggets between what we both said there. If you're building mass page websites to consider and to think about with that. So let's see. So anyway, thank you guys for being here, spending some of your Sunday with us. And I guess it's 5:30 Eastern time. We do this at 5 o'clock every Sunday. I sent out an email yesterday because I'm trying to get my ducks in a row with regard to partners and affiliates for the Mass Page tools and the things that we'll be launching very soon. My goal is by June 15th to have everything like really buttoned up into a package that will be able to be promoted all over the web and things like that. It'll be really I have all the other things buttoned up. So a lot of what we have, is experimental and beta, and sometimes more refined, sometimes less refined, but we're getting there. We're bringing all the pieces and parts together. A lot of people very excited about the Mass Website Builder, which is the cloud mass page building platform. The way we're going to bring in ImageFly into that we've been working on that. That's why we've moved ImageFly up to get that finished up really quickly. So we haven't finished up the homepage for CSV Wizard. There's more stuff that needs to be done with that. But Geoholics is pretty good, ready to go. Leads Detective is good to go. The Magic Form is great. And we're going to continue to like integrate the Magic Form into all of these other tools so that it'll be very familiar. Once you get into the ecosystem, you'll be able to see all of the stuff. You have all the stuff on the left side. You'll be able to click on it, log in if you have the plan, and be able to use it. So there's a lot of moving parts to bring all these different platforms together into one single silo. But I did want to talk a little bit about the idea of reaching out. If you would like to sell the affiliate link out to people and sort of promote it. It's about 15% recurring revenue that you can make. So because it is a high ticket product, you could make some really decent money on that if you have an audience and you can get it out to people. So if you're interested in being an affiliate, first off, definitely reach out to me. Let me know. I'm getting a little list together, and we'll start to build out these mini pages. So you'll have like mass.page/ let's say Don or something like that. And then he can just send people to that page and it'll get them his affiliate link when they purchase. So
Daryl, is this for particular products or all your products, just to clarify?
So for right now, it'll be for the Magic Form, Mass Page, Mass Website Builder, Siphon AI, ImageFly, CSV Wizard, Geoholics, and Leads Detective were developed by another developer. So I have to get the code to work with the overall ecosystem. So that might take a little bit longer, but my goal is by June 15th to have them all in the same sign-on. So we'll be able to, because we have a single sign-on. So that'll help, because we'll be able to manage all of the what people have purchased and do that. And then what that allows us to do by having a single sign-on and have all these different accounts is it allows us to bring in another way to get involved with Mass Page Tools, and that's as a partner. I talked about it as like a reseller, but I think I like the word as a partner and better. And so I'm looking and exploring ways in which if you're interested in becoming a partner, you could make much more than 15% each month. But because you will have like a reselling ability to actually resell it, which is different than the affiliate thing. So we'll get into it more as we discuss it, but I just wanted to find out who out there is interested so we can sort of start having some discussions and see what your drivers are and what you think could be helpful for you in that whole process as this thing gets fine-tuned, because obviously we can't like build it and have it perfect and then go look for people. We have to look for people now that would be interested in being partners and affiliates. So we're at that stage. We see the finish line on a lot of this stuff. So I'm really, really excited about it. Mass Website Builder is going to be a beast for sure. And ImageFly is going to be probably one of our hottest products so far. So really, really interested in and we're getting this together for everybody.
Sounds good, Darryl. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you? What's the sort of contact if you want to talk about partnering with you or being an affiliate? What's the best routes in?
Yeah, so if you go to daryl.chat, that's one way to start the conversation. DARYL.chat. Let's get that up here on here. If you can put that in the chat thing.
I'll do that. I'll work it out. Yeah, Daryl.chat.
Okay.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Daryl.chat. Thank you. And or in the school community. So if you take a look, here's the school community, school.com/mass page. And you can just go ahead and click on my name and then go to chat within that. And you can start a chat. I can't start a chat with me because I'm me. But yeah, so that's what you can do there. So if you're interested at all, just reach out to me in the school community or also on daryl.chat, and we can start having a one-on-one discussion about the affiliate program, how that's going to work, and also this reseller partner program that we'd like to have it getting going for people very soon. All right. While we're in the school community, I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about a couple things that have come through. Of course, Don is our moderator. He sent out that Sunday Live was on, and I just put a little comment on here to put the link to the show. So these are the types of things that are nice. Like it says Sunday Live is happening now. So these are the nice things that are happening inside the Mass Page community. And there's some great questions that are coming up. So Colin asked a question, about this Menterprise page, I believe. Maybe it wasn't Menterprise. It was something that Simon was working on.
Yeah, it was one of the test campaigns I'd done about puppy training. I talked about it. I think it was maybe last week or the week before, and he was just asking, will a question page like this rank for local search? And I was just basically saying, yeah, I think for this particular question, how to train a Pomeranian puppy or something like that, I wouldn't necessarily match that up with a location page. Just too specific. You'd have that just more generic. But it was really just to show that you can add the question next to the location. And some of them work very well. Like, can you find puppy training in a location might be a good one. But some of the other things, how to stop a dog barking in Leeds or New York might not be as relevant, but yeah, that was just a question about that. But it's great to get these questions because we can get into more detail in the group, or we can come up on the show and talk about it a bit more as well. So yeah, that was just a demo I'd done recently.
So what's interesting also about this is, yes, it might not be the search phrase that you're going to look for with regard to training in a particular area, because people wouldn't necessarily search for that. But when you have like spin text and you have different variations within the page, just calling the page a different way allows for that spin text to kind of show up differently, which could give you definitely a potential other hook in the water, right, with Google to sort of show your page. However, here's the problem. If you do too many of those, right, you end up sort of watering down your whole power of the main keyword. So how do you feel about that? Because I've seen that in the wild, really, where too many similar pages start to water down the overall power of, let's say, your H1 tag.
Yeah, I mean, if there are people are typing in how to train a Boykin Spaniel puppy, because I use SEMrush to get those questions, and I got tens of thousands of them, chose the easiest ones and added them in. So someone somewhere, and this is more than just one, because I chose a volume threshold, is typing that in, and obviously across the world you're going to get enough to get some volume. They aren't pretty much probably going to be typing it in for Michigan. And I think the problem is if you have multiple ones with the locations on, Google's going to be unsure which is the right page to index. And you can see that all the time with people, Google flips from one page to another, and it gets a bit confused. So I think on that one, I would just have the regular thing. But I'm doing a skip hire campaign at the moment, and I think that's where it would work very well. So I know that skip hire, skips like waste management, those big like dumpsters, dumpsters. And in the UK, people are searching for the different sizes, and there's 12, 10, 15 different sizes of skips, and then there's obviously the locations. And I think when you do that, you match up the size and the niche and the location. That can work very well indeed. And I know there's hundreds of thousands of searches. So if I do a skip, 2-yard skip hire in Leeds, that's where I think that technique would come in very handy, not necessarily training Boykin Spaniel puppies. So I think you've just got to choose your strategy on it, and maybe for those kind of questions it's less appropriate. But for local SEO, getting all the permutations with a few different variables to make sure each H1 is unique. So I've done a skip hire campaign. I've got 12,000 unique headings, H1s, because I've used those different permutations. So there's no duplication from Google's perspective, because every single page is unique, and that's where I think it works quite well. But yeah, less so for that one. But I think it's good. It's a good question.
Yeah, and Colin asks another question about naming a business. The root name of the business is SEO Soft, and obviously SEOsoft.com wasn't available. He was asking in the group about .tech and .digital TLDs for his opportunity here, or could it be a .biz is also a contender. Now .biz has been around a lot longer, so you'll have probably more people that know .biz versus .tech and .digital. I have a hard time with those other ones with a business name, unless it's like, unless it's like SEO Tech is the company, and you get SEO.tech,
Yeah, that would be cool.
It spans the dot, then it makes sense a little bit more. Like I have Ledger Digital, so I have ledger.digital to just sort of shorten that down. I don't use it as my main domain, but I want to make sure that I have that. So when it spans the dot with these longer ones, that I like, when it's some brand that's hard to remember plus an extension that's hard to remember, I have a hard time from a branding perspective with that. So I'd almost rather have something that was just something else that's .com or .net that's very much pervasive, and make sure that the name, maybe you work on the name a little bit. I don't know. Or purchase a domain. Like I'll spend a couple $1,000s on a domain that matches up with the brand I want.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I think the view is, and I'd agree with it, that it's not going to hurt from an SEO point of view. I think it's more to do with click through, isn't it? So if the domain name looks a bit funky, a little bit odd, maybe people are going to trust it less if it looks a bit spammy, because some of the domain names that people add on, it makes it just look a little bit odd. I mean, obviously everyone knows .com and I think
.ai,
.ai,
using .ios and .ais and things like that. Like certain ones break through, like they're already breaking through with people.
Yeah, I've seen I've seen quite a few kind of digital marketing agencies are starting to use .digital. Like you see, I've seen people with those, but yeah, I think it's got to look credible, not sort of spammy. I mean, the .biz ones, I don't know, you maybe have a different opinion of them than I do, Daryl, but I always thought they were a bit like kind of like a hobby business that somebody just set something up in the back room. And .biz was a bit kind of cheesy, kind of it's
It is the cheesy
Simon Shop.biz. It just didn't sound quite right. I mean, I think if I was going to go for, I'd go for digital and tech before I went for biz. I think it just sounds a bit. And it has been around for a long time, but I don't think many big businesses. I've never seen them using .biz. Have you? Seems a bit.
Not really.
Yeah?
No, it's sort of like that.
Hey, your school messages on the screen here, Daryl.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing that on purpose. It's
okay.
Yeah. So,
don't want to be seeing behind the scenes the deals that you're doing.
No. Yeah, so I just showed everybody how you use school. You could just make a little comment. But yeah, I want to get to his question here also. But I think that .biz is sort of a ugly stepbrother cousin of the .com. Everybody thinks .com is commercial. .biz was supposed to be an alternative, but it never really caught on. Just like .cc never really caught on. A lot of people were like, "Oh, .cc, that's going to be great."
You see a few .cos around, don't you? I mean, .cos
are terrible, to be honest.
You don't like those?
Because people, when they see them, they think you made a typo and they think that you meant .com.
Yes.
So that's why I'm not.
Competitor.
Yeah. .cos are terrible. But yeah, now Farouk Hassan was saying he was interested in how to sell domains for 10x, 100x the price. If there's any training or strategies that will help him to implement that. Now, imagine that you bought a domain for $8. Is what I buy a lot of the domains that I find through Domain Kicks for $8, and you sell it for $80, right? I don't really sell any domains for $80. All of my domains I sell for $800 plus. So I don't know what that's 100x.
It's 100x,
right?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, you got to hold on to those domains until they sell, and some may never sell, right? So it depends. See, the thing is with any kind of asset like a domain, an intangible asset, you have to either wait it out until more and more .coms are harder to get to, right? But if you're looking for short term, like feed the family and pay the rent kind of money, maybe selling domains, you have to either get very active with it. In other words, you reach out to people and you try to find people to buy it. But when you do that, expect that they're not going to pay as much as if they came to you and said, "Hey, I want this domain. I want to buy this thing from you," right? When they come find you and it's a domain brand that they're trying to go for, then you can obviously get more money from it. So So I'll have like a sort of a training, I think, coming up one of these weekends where we could talk about different techniques in which you can sell actively and passively in the best possible way, and how to price your domains so that way you're getting a regular frequency of sales. So we could talk a little bit about that, but everybody has to kind of pick what they're comfortable as far as getting. I know that there are some people that will buy domains for $8 and flip them for 10x. And just go for that low dollar amount, but high frequency. But to me, that's a lot of activity that you have to do in order to make an extra $70. I don't know what are your thoughts there, Simon?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not a domain investor. I've bought a few and I've sold a few, but nothing more than that. But yeah, I think it doesn't feel like a very good thing just for short term, because I think you may well be able to flip some, but you're going to end up with a big mountain, I would have thought, of things that you don't flip in a month. And I think if cash flow to pay your bills and feed your family, as I think you said earlier on, Daryl, there's probably safer ways that you could do that without having to buy
like a job.
Yeah, like a real job, or like working on Fiverr or Legit, or content writing or web design, or there's probably easier things you can do, because you could buy $500 worth of domains, but you're going to have to flip quite a few to start breaking even, and then you've got a big load, and then you've also got a mountain of them that what happens after 12 months if you've not flipped them? You could have quite a few over there. So yeah. But probably not a short-term thing, but a very interesting long-term thing, I think. Yeah.
We got 3 trophies to give out today. One is for Falam Stenov, and for 3rd place, Marcel Christie for 2nd place, and good old Colin Kinsella came in 1st place with the leaderboard this week on top of our Mass Page school platform.
So what's the leaderboard mean? How do people get these prizes, Daryl?
So, they don't get a prize; they just get the leaderboard.
They get the accreditation. Yeah.
It's just like by participating, like commenting, liking, all of that kind of stuff. It just measures your how
your activity, engagement. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's
and
great.
So you can see the people in the last 30 days. You can see the people all time that have spent the most time in here. And then the nice thing is you can message them. So you can just hit chat. You can have a conversation. You can talk to Marcel. You can talk to all these different people as well. So it's a nice little community and a nice way for you to get involved. Ask your questions. Colin's a model community member. By asking these questions, it gives us something to talk about inside the group, and I really appreciate that. And you can even see his daily activity. I don't know if you guys see that, though. I think this is an admin thing, but I can see his how much he's logging in and things like that. So all right, as far as lifetime, I haven't taken this down because I'm expecting to launch soon. So this is a pre-launch deal. That if you go into here at the top, you can get this lifetime before the price goes up. So I wanted to give people a last chance, because I don't want to raise the price without giving everyone a last chance at it before everything is all buttoned up and stuff. But this will go up. The $29.97 lifetime won't be offered throughout the year as often, and we do have a 6 payment plan that you can get as well if you couldn't do the whole amount right away, and then you get all of the stuff and from the enterprise plan. So that includes Mass Website Builder that's coming out and ImageFly. So it'll be really cool to get that. Now, some of the things with ImageFly I wanted to show today, but they're still working on it. We got a couple of gremlins in there while I was testing it, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to test it today because of that. So we're going to go straight to talking about the domains that are up for grabs this week, and we will find out what they're worth. All right, so if you guys want to put in your name, we'll put it into the wheel of names, and we'll take a look and put you in here. So I'm going to go to name worth and see. I have not run these, so I don't know what they're worth.
We don't know this. This is where Daryl realizes he's giving away a $20,000 domain.
Yes,
you generally don't know this. This is just like you've chosen some of your portfolio. You're putting it out there. I also think this is great. It's very exciting. Who knows what you're going to get? I mean,
never know.
You get like I mean, it's certainly worth more than $10. So everyone's a winner when you get these. So.
Yep. If anybody wants to know where I get these domains, I built a software that helps you to do the same thing. It's called Domain Kicks. And so if you want to throw up the go.ht
I'll do
for
that.
Domain Kicks, that'd be great.
That.
Ooh, boy, look at this. Accountancy, $29,500. Cafe Webs, $19,500.
I told you accountancy. I told you. I 100% told you.
Wow, it's a 30,000 tier 2. Bridal show ticks under 500 and roofer deals. Okay, now let's look at Esteban because that's too high.
But accountancy, I don't know. I like that one because people will mistype it and it will send direct traffic to your site. I think that's a good one. I know Google doesn't misspellings. It kind of gets past it. When you've got the .com at the end, people will type in and just misspell it,
Ooh, accountancy. Wow, 2.9K on Esteban. Okay, I changed my mind. Guys, I'm not going to sell this one. Bridal show ticks, cafe webs, and roofer deals. So, yeah, roofers deals. There's an
I did tell you, Daryl. We warned you.
You have a good eye. You have a good eye for domains.
I don't really, but I just saw that one. I thought, oh, that I just see
2.9K. This is worth more than any other domain that I've given away this year. Maybe ever. Yeah.
I think this is a high or a low point depending on what your accountant says, Daryl. At this point, I've looked at my account and they say, "Don't, Daryl, stop doing the giveaways. Don't give away domains that are worth multiple thousands of pounds or dollars rather. Don't do it." Anyway, it's all part of the fun and the community we have here on the show. So, we've got some names coming in, which is great.
Yeah, everybody's like, I want a piece of that. I would be really surprised if people don't take that one.
You don't know. People might have other, people might be in roofing. I know we've got some roofing lead gen amongst us, so that's all good.
Let's see. Some people probably want to put their name in a couple times.
Just whilst you're picking up on that, I just want to remind people that I do my Monday coaching group. So a little bit of a mention of that. So tomorrow we'll be talking about mass page building. I tend to choose a different topic each week. So we'll do Google business profiles. We'll talk about local SEO. We'll talk about automation, AI content. Tomorrow we're going to talk about mass page building. I've been working on a Menterprise Webflow template. I did talked a little bit about Menterprise last week and the ability for Menterprise now to take on a full website template, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to be sharing that with my group tomorrow just to talk through how I've made it and how I've built it. So if you want to join the coaching group, it's only £17 a month, and the link here, I'm just going to show it in a second. You can join through there. So it's go.ht/Simon Coach, and 8 o'clock on Monday, UK time, 3 o'clock EST. And we record the sessions, so you can always wind them back as well. So that's just my little plug whilst you're lining up the names.
Very, very good.
Cool.
Al Couch says, great selection today. Good. Got Wahoo MW. I don't know what Wahoo MW means. If you want to put your name in there, that would be fine. But I don't know what MW means.
Yeah.
Tarek T.
You can put a first name and a surname, but we're keen to make sure we know people are
at least initial. Last name.
We don't have any bots entering. We had a flurry of bots a number of months ago. We had to block a number of them. We had sort of Russian speakers and all sorts of people coming in, or bots rather. So Don's not on the list. Come on, Daryl.
Who? Don?
Yeah, remember Don?
Don S? He's not on here?
He's not on the list.
Oh my God. Okay.
Can't do that.
Mabel W.
Did you get got Tariq T.
Okay, just remember, guys, you have to prove that you're real. That's something I do require.
We don't do any automation.
We have a lot of people. We kind of know who they are here, so that's the important thing.
Are you putting nice and N down? Nicey knee. I
did. I thought I did, but maybe I took it out.
Are you putting Abilia?
Nice and N.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Look at this wheel of names. Getting out of control here.
Yeah, good list.
So let's go back to what these are worth. Here are the 4 domains: accountancy, super premium at 29,500. Super bridal show ticks 5,000 or 500. Cafe webs I've actually had on Brandpaw, and that's valued at 19,500, and roofers deals at 500. If you like the domains that I'm coming up with, get yourself into go.ht/domain kicks. Is that what it is?
I'll put it up. There we go.
Yep. Yeah, kicks. Go.ht/kicks. And we'll get you there. Okay, so we're back to the wheel of names. Jorge.
Let's see. Jorge.
All right. And anybody else?
We're a little bit before the hour, Daryl. I mean, obviously, we might catch people out that only come into the last few minutes to enter the
that's all right. We'll stall a little bit.
$29,000 giveaway. But yeah, we might want to be fair to people, because I know
we can stall a little bit.
Some people.
Let's go check it with. Let's go check it with another tool. What do you say? We'll just take a look and see, because it's always good to kind of see what these different tools do with these things. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with GoDaddy. So $2,003. See, that's a high GoDaddy amount. Cafe Web was $11.90. Accountancy $2,003. Roofers deals $11.13, and bridal show ticks $11.30. And then let's look at Free Evaluator. That's another one I haven't used. We're just kind of stalling for some time, but I just want to see if we check these here.
Let's have a look. Yeah. Of course, we'd normally have lifetime deal of the week. It's probably worth just mentioning that, actually, because Darryl and I are so busy on things at the moment, and I haven't bought as many lifetime deals as I normally do, which is probably a good thing, to be honest, from my accountant's point of view. I just like Darryl and his domains, but that will be back. When we find a good one that we're using and we're happy to recommend, we'll bring it back. But we don't want to get locked into just each week both buying a domain, buying a lifetime deal for the sake of it, and also recommending something that might not be something we actually genuinely use. So that's just to explain that we don't do it. But LTD of the week will be back. I know it was one of the high points of the show. So
it's your high point, that's for sure. Yeah, so let's see here. Busy, so it's doing its thing. If you guys have any questions, shoot your questions up here, because we'll answer your questions right after we do the domain giveaway of here. And I'll look at another one. PC. I'm interested in see what PC.domains does, because this is supposedly AI. And let's see what it thinks of accountancy. I don't have a paid program.
It won't know what to make of it. Accountancy.com actually is for sale. It's on GoDaddy. I just looked it up. So
it's 100.
Yeah.
Accountancy is mine. That's
but the real one, accountancy. I think.
How much is that set?
Well, I think it just says it's for sale. It doesn't say which one. But I mean, I'm surprised that's not been taken up. I mean, it's going to be valuable, isn't it? But it says it's registered.
Yeah. See, so this says it's less than 100. So everybody has their own opinion. I mean, we've tried actually to build an AI that does this, and we haven't found it yet. I mean, I can't.
Tough, isn't it?
It's tough. Yeah. Even humans have a hard time evaluating what a domain is worth. So.
You're building a lot of other stuff, Daryl, so I think we can let you off for not having worked that one out, you know.
Fuzi A. You already have one. Let's see, this one right here. Fuzi A $.
I don't know
what that means.
Well,
all right. So here we go.
Keep in the first entry, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So here we are at 6:00. I think we're almost there. So we'll go ahead, and one last chance for you to put in your name for the domain giveaway for today's Sunday Live. We have roofersdeals.com, cafewebs.com, bridalshowticks.com, and accountancy. We'll just put this up here so that you guys can see that nice and clear, even on your mobile devices. So make sure we can see that on here for you. And thanks again for watching our Sunday Live here on YouTube and on all the other networks that we are on. We're even on LinkedIn. We're on Twitch. So many different places. Facebook.
My Twitter.
On, Yep, Twitter. So yeah. All right, so let's see. We're going to go back to the wheel of names. I think that's it, right? I think that's everybody. that's going to be in.
Yeah, let's
go. Time to spin the wheel. Let's see who's going to get one of these big domains, and see who's going to rob Daryl today. Nabila M.
There we go.
Nabila M.
Nice.
All right. I don't know Nabila very well, so you're going to have to authenticate with me offline. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Nabila, did you say which domain that you wanted to have transferred to your GoDaddy account? We only transfer to GoDaddy. So if you go here, you go to accountancy.com, bridalshowticks.com, cafewebs.com, rooferdeals.com. What do you think would be your domain that you would love to get? Congratulations. Getting a lot of love there. Nice job. Go for the big daddy, they're saying.
Yeah, but also shame David nearly won it there, didn't I? It just ticked past David's name, so that's
poor Dave.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dave. Maybe next time.
Dave. But he's a good sport. See, he's saying congrats.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, congrats. Nice. So yeah, we'll see what you want. If Nabila, what I would love to have you do is contact me at daryl.chat, because I don't know you personally. So reach out to me at daryl.chat, and we'll
say hello. Yeah.
You just say hello, and we'll figure out what's going to happen as far as getting this over to you. So, all right. Anybody else? Let's see here. Tim Judge, even in the house, saying congrats.
Yeah.
Tim Judge is a classic Sunday Live host or guest.
Oh, there's Nabila. Very happy.
Thank you.
Great.
So happy. Awesome. And she's got a cat picture on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Very good. So we'll have Nabila reach out to me at daryl.chat. Let's go ahead and put that back on there so she can see. What do
I'll do that.
Yeah. Yep. And we'll get rid of that. Go to daryl.chat, and we'll go ahead and take a look and see if you have the right kind of account with GoDaddy. We'll send it right over to you, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. And I didn't see any questions come in. Last chance for questions if you have for us today on today's program, Sunday Live. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and being a part of the program tonight. And you never know what we're going to give away here. You never know what's going to happen.
Never. So. I think sometimes you don't know, Daryl. You have to check the value of it. So
well, I had a hunch. I checked that a while ago, but I was just like, let's just let this one
go. Danger, and the battery held up as well. So that was another bit of fun. So yeah.
Yeah, always living in the danger zone must be. So.
That's it. Yeah.
Folks, in last, like I said, if you guys want to reach out to me about being a partner on sort of reselling software from our company, reach out to me. If you just want to be an affiliate, just send out the link and sell it. There's a lower amount that you would get, but you can definitely do that. If you want to take advantage of the lifetime deal that we currently have set, there's a payment plan, or you can pay the one-time price. And if you're having any kind of difficulty, but you really, really want it, reach out to me directly, daryl.chat, and we can have a conversation about that. But I always like to, the reason why I'm doing this now is I have this experience that the people that support it before it's 100%, they're believing in me, and they're believing in the work that I'm doing. And we've been showing transparently what's going on behind the scenes. You've seen what Mass Website Builder is on the new version. You've seen, Image Fly. So to me, if you're willing to say, okay, I'm going to get involved while it's cheap. It's like when you start up with a lifetime deal before it has all the super features, and you get in early, and then they add in all these different features and they support the heck out of it. And that's kind of the way I am. I'm going to support the heck out of it and keep putting more into it. So the developers and all the work that we're putting into, we're at a loss. This stuff is not free. This stuff costs money. So I have to say, okay, look, I don't take on investors at this stage. We don't have people that invest financially into our company for equity. But I can say, hey, look, be a partner with us. Hey, look, buy a lifetime plan. if that's something that you're able to do, and before the price goes up, right? I'm going to say that because look, I'm looking out for the fact that the people that are loyal, right, are, to me, that's the greatest thing. People that are like loyal from the beginning and watching the whole journey, watching all of the work that we're doing, going from, from the beginning days, just the form to what we have now. It's unbelievable what we've done since the beginning of the very first days of the form, the magic form. So, it's been a fun journey. It's not a free journey. It costs money to do these kinds of things. And for all those that have purchased and continue to be a part and support it, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it allows me to work on these kinds of things before, this is all polished off and all. Imagine like being at the early stages of Adobe, right? When they just start out with 2 or 3 programs and it's just like getting started. That's where I'm going with this. I want this to be so polished and so clean and so great that you can, sign up, get yourself going with a website, and minute of a few hours at the most, and be able to rinse and repeat and get leads and to dominate organically. If that's where this is headed. So if we can make that happen, how many businesses will want what we're building? How many businesses? So many will want to have that. So
just a question there from James. Yeah, just coming in through Daryl.
Yep, definitely to reach out, because we're sort of ironing out the details, so I'm not going to disclose that publicly right now. But reach out to me, because the thing is that the partnership is there's a higher bar for you with a partnership. It's not just an affiliate where you throw out the link. There's a little bit more involved in that. So we want people that want to grow with us and to be able to see what's happening before it's there, because those are the people that I want to take along the way. And so that's why I'm waving the flag right now and saying, hey, look, if you want to come along now. I want, this is it. And it is a journey that we've been on with this mass page. And you guys that spend the time with us on these Sundays and on the recordings and all that, you're what's making this possible every week. You're the one that, makes me go into loss to spend money for the software, because I care about this. I care about people succeeding with mass page and SEO and all of this image stuff and the domains. I care about it. As you can tell, I do care about it. So it's important that I bring along people that are, interested in getting started from the ground floor before it gets much bigger. And I see it, like I'm looking at June 15th. That's my little deadline to have this thing 100% buttoned down. So we have a little bit of time to go, but like I said, I'm waving the flag saying, here we go. We're lining up everybody now. So if you want to get involved, reach out to me. And that's all I have on that there for today. But Simon, thank you so much for being a part of this. So you're muted.
I'm saying, sounds good, Daryl. Sounds good. I was saying in the background there, but yeah, great to see you on the show. A pleasure as always, and great to have everyone's comments and interaction. We always like to see that. So yeah, thanks everyone, and we'll see you next same time next week.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.